Hello and welcome to my studio. My name is Blanca with Furniture with Imagination. And today we are ready to do something really interesting. I have acquired a really nice oak chest or cabinet made of solid oak. And the piece is beautiful but very outdated on its finish. I actually took the doors out of the piece and I have them here because I'm going to do the demonstration of how to do what I want to do with the doors. And you see the finish is this golden oak, which is nice but not exactly what I want. We're going to be doing something really rustic with this oak to make this piece look like authentic rustic piece to die for. The process is very simple. In fact, only we're going to be utilizing two products, which I'm going to introduce to you. One of them is this vintage wood. Is called Better with Age. This product is not a dye, it's not a stain, it's actually changed the compositions of the tenants in the wood is going to like change the color. So it's very simple, very easy to use, but it's going to create an effect of a weathered wood very fast. So it's really nice. It has nothing bad in it. So I'm going to show you how to do that. And we're going to be using also our Venetian plaster to put on top of it once the wood has been weathered to give this beautiful look like the wood has been exposed to the elements and it's just really rustic. So we're gonna have fun doing this project, and the first step that we're gonna be doing is that we have to sand down completely the doors. In order to do the process, we need to have raw wood. So just sand it down. I'm gonna use 60 grit and then I'm gonna go to 120 and then I'm gonna end with 220 just to make sure that it's a very soft surface. Okay, it's very simple, nothing too complicated, but we're gonna be sanding this down. So let's start. Okay, so we sanded our doors, and as you can see, the wood grain is beautiful, and we're gonna be using our Better with Age now. I already stir it, but make sure that you shake it as well. And we're gonna be applying this now to our doors. All right. Okay, so Better with Age, it's a magnificent product, and you just wanna make sure that you stir it well for all those particles that have settled at the bottom, and you want them available because how this product works is that this product interacts with the tenants of the wood. So each wood reacts differently. It's like a chemical process that occurs. This is not a stain or paint or anything like that. It's just chemically interacts with the tenants. So for example, wood reacts a lot, same as cherry wood or any of those woods that have lots of tenants. Suppose a pine has not a lot of tenants in them, so it's not going to react the same. But you also can choose how much you're going to be affecting the wood. You can use it straight from the can, or you can dilute it with water depending on the effect you want to create on the wood. Okay, so I want it very rustic. I want it almost black, like dark gray, so I'm gonna use this product straight from the can. Okay, so make sure that you keep shaking and take a bristle brush. I have my chippy brush, and just go ahead and apply it liberally. Go with a good grain for better absorption, and you see that it's already changing the color of the oak. It happens very fast. and it will continue changing the color, making it darker for a little bit until it dries. So after we finish the application here, we're gonna let it dry for several hours to make sure that the wood is completely 100% dry, to continue with our next step, which would be the application of the Venetian plaster. I have tried this product with other lighter woods that don't have as much tints, and it actually changes the color, but it's not as drastically as you're seeing right now with the oak. I love oak, and I really love this rustic feel on pieces, so I actually really like it to become really weathered and dark. Okay, so I'm just making sure I don't miss any spots, and we're gonna let saturate the wood and make sure I didn't miss anything. And I'm gonna do a little close-up here to make sure how much the wood has already changed its color. It's interacting right now with the tints of the oak. So there you go. We're gonna let it dry for a few hours before we move on to the next step. All right, so our Better with Age and our process is now completed, and my doors are fully dry. It really came out really dark, almost black. It looks like ebonized oak. It's really gorgeous. I love the color. It's really weathered, and but if you don't like this dark, you can always play with Better with Age and dilute the Better with Age with water, and just see what effect you want to create on the wood. Remember, this is what happens with oak. Other woods might actually end up to be different, not as dark, like pine, and it doesn't actually really work that much with pine. But with these woods like cherry wood and all these woods that had lots of tannins, actually it tend to be like dark. I love how the tones varied, some lighter than others. It looks really organic and beautiful. So now our next step is going to be applying the Venetian plaster, which it comes in this bag on powder form, and you have to mix it almost looking like sheetrock. So I already mixed a little bit here. And we're going to be applying it. Now, this application is not like when you apply plaster on a wall or a flat surface when you want it shiny. This is going to be just so the wood grain would come out, and you're going to be able to see the wood grain with the white kind of tone. So the application of this is different. It's not like the regular plaster. So I'm going to show you how to do it. And we're going to start. The first step is that you want actually a clean rag and just clean it, just for making sure that any extra particle in there or like dust or something is completely out. And as you can see, it comes dark. Okay, so I'm gonna focus here now. First thing we're gonna do is that after you have your Venetian plaster mixed up, you are going to apply it with a bristle brush. I have my chippy brush here, and just saturate your brush and you start applying it in long strokes. So make sure that everything gets covered. Don't worry if it's like exactly all covered, because at the end what we want is like like an organic look, like it's not the same everywhere, but of course you want to make sure that it gets covered throughout. So just use your brush and try to smooth it out with long strokes. There you go. Okay. Now you have to move on this kind of quick because this kind of dries fast. So just work in areas, like if you have a large piece of furniture, just work in different areas one at a time, so it doesn't fully dry on you. Okay, so after you apply this, we're going to be taking the plaster with your throw. Okay, I think we got it there. I like how it's looking like. So now you take this and you start going in this direction like this and take the excess off. And you're gonna start seeing how beautiful the good grain is showing, having plaster on top of it. Try to do one straight through like that, otherwise you're gonna leave kind of lines in between, but this is how it looks. It looks just gorgeous. As you can see the wood grain coming out and just showing, and it's great. And I also love that it's not the same everywhere. So we're gonna do that with our other door. Just one simple stroke like this. And you need to go fast because otherwise it kind of dries on you. And that's it. Very simple. You can make it look less, or you can, just reapply some more plaster if you don't like how an area turned out. But by doing this also, you're burnishing the plaster. So it's actually gonna become a protector to the wood, and you're not gonna need after this to put like a top coat or anything, because the plaster and the Better with Age both are gonna protect the wood. So you don't need any other protection on this. So I just wanna take a little bit more from this line. So you can play with it. And there you go. Just gonna take the excess from here. And I just love how it came out. It really changed the tone. It's making it a little bit more gray. And I just really honestly love it. Imagine a whole piece made like this. And you're gonna see how our cabinet is gonna look after this is dry. Okay, so we're gonna have to let it dry now and just do the last little things, and you're gonna see the final product. Okay, all right. Okay, so our doors are fully dry now. The plaster is dried, and you can really see the full color now. It's not all the same tones, some lighter tones, some darker tones, and the plaster just makes the wood grain really show. Both of them don't look alike, but they're really smooth to the touch. I just sanded down with a 220 grit, just the corners or any little things that were not fully smooth out, and that was it. So now we're gonna just assemble our piece, so you can see the final product is looking really cool. And the final touch is I purchased these two little bunny heads. I don't know if you can see them, but they're like the perfect handle to just complement this rustic piece. I acquired this in one of my trips to the Adirondack Mountains, in one of a Rustic store. So we're gonna just assemble everything and we're gonna be looking at our final Rustic piece. All right, so we have our final cabinet now all assembled with the drawers and everything, and I really like the look of it, really weathered and rustic, and some browns, darks, different tones, and the Venetian plaster really made the good grain noticeable. I really love it, really exceptional. So you can actually obtain this look doing exactly the same process with only two products, Better with Age and Venetian Plaster. So remember, if you tag your friends, we're gonna be giving a giveaway today, which is gonna be a can of Better with Age. Try it. The product is really, really good. So I really recommend that if you have any questions, leave them on your comments and I'll be more than happy to go back and answer your questions, okay? So thank you very much for watching and I'll see you next Wednesday.